Hello Stitchy friends and welcome to my Flosstube channel. My name is Kenzie from Mudpuppy Stitchery. I am a cross-stitch designer, I am a bird nerd and a wildlife lover, and I enjoy doing all of the crafty things. So if you're new, welcome. I hope you like what you see and I hope that you'll continue to follow up with me on all of my future videos. For my current subscribers, thank you so very much for your continued support. I greatly appreciate it. So, how has your past month been? Mine has been pretty busy and very tiring, but very good overall. I've been able to visit my family for a weekend. I visited my friends in the Minneapolis area another weekend. And I was house sitting for my boyfriend while he was away for about a week. So I really haven't been home much. But he's got a little rabbit named Esme and 3 fish. So I was in charge of keeping them fed and happy, and it was very fun. But it's been about 4 weeks since my last video, and I know I said I would like to film every 3 weeks or so, but I decided not to push myself this time and stress myself out even more because things have gotten so busy. But the good thing is there is more stitching to show, but hopefully I can get back to an every 3 week schedule very soon. I did want to show you my beautiful Minnesota mug today because why not? And each video I of course need to update you on what I'm drinking today. So these are one of the Starbucks location mugs and they're just really fun. I love them. And I will be drinking as much coffee as possible today to hopefully get this video shot and edited and up on YouTube for you to enjoy. So let me know what you're drinking down below. Are you drinking water? Are you drinking tea, coffee, wine? I don't judge. So let me know down below. I did want to give you a quick eagle update. So for those of you who don't know, I and many other people enjoy during this time of the year watching live bald eagle cams. And there's 2 in particular, the Decorah, Iowa bald eagle cam and the Minnesota DNR live eagle cam. And if you're not interested in this portion of the video, that's totally fine. You can skip to this time point to get past it. Now it's significant during this time of the year because this is when they are sitting on eggs, at least for the upper Midwest. Farther down south, because it's warmer, bald eagles have already started incubating their eggs much earlier, and they actually probably already have chicks hatched. But right now, where I live, they're currently sitting on eggs. And it takes about a month for the eggs to fully hatch. Once the eggs hatch, it only takes about 10 to 12 weeks for the eaglets to get full size, so literally as big as their parents. So they grow up very fast, and that's what makes it so interesting to watch. Even if you just check in once a week, the chicks will look completely different and much bigger than the last time that you checked in. So I think it's something really fun and educational just to have on in the background while you're working or while you're at home. And I will of course make sure to link both of the live eagle cams down below for you if you're interested in viewing them. Now for the actual update. The Minnesota DNR cam, the female laid her first egg on February 15th and she laid a second egg on February 18th. On February 23rd, we had a huge snowfall here in Minnesota, and I was able to get some screenshots of both the Minnesota and the Iowa nest just full to the brim with snow. But they were, of course, still incubating their eggs. They just recently had an update on March 1st that unfortunately one of the eggs might have been broken accidentally by Dad. We think it might have gotten stuck to his brood patch and then he accidentally stepped on it. So there's currently only 1 egg, and this is extremely common, that at least one of the chicks won't survive. And eagles and raptors in general have an extremely high mortality rate. So not a surprise, but still very sad. For the Decorah North eagle cam, the female laid her first egg on February 20th. And from reading the update on March 1st, it sounded like mom and dad have been spending quite a bit of time away from the nest, not incubating the egg. And from what the moderators have posted on there, there is a lot of territorial dispute right now as they're trying to protect the nesting area from other bald eagles. So if that wasn't bad enough, the egg was almost eaten by a fox squirrel, but luckily the squirrel was unsuccessful. So again, fingers crossed that the egg is viable, we shall see, but that is life in the wild. But I'll keep you posted on any further updates. All right, on to the stitching. So I have one fully finished object to show you, and I'm extremely excited with how it turned out. So this is the fox by Cottage Garden Samplings that I finished January 30th and have now fully finished actually just today. But this was stitched on 18 count verdigris fabric by My Vintage Needle Arts and all of the called for DMC flosses. I was able to fully finish this onto a blank wooden board that I bought from Hobby Lobby, and I'll show a picture here of what it originally looked like. I was able to have my boyfriend cut it down to the correct size, and basically I was able to stain it using this Tattered Angels color wash tint, and the color is in French Roast, which I also bought from Hobby Lobby. So I've never used this before, and I have to say I am extremely pleased with how it turned out. I think it's really cool because it's a water-based tint, so you can of course water it down to make it lighter or really layer it on to get it darker. And on here it also says that you don't need a top coat, so that makes it super easy and super quick drying. So I would definitely recommend this. But I was able to mount my stitched piece onto a thicker cardboard piece, and I wrapped that with quilt batting, and just to give it a little bit of cushion. I then hot glued it onto the painted board, I added some trim, and it was done. So, oh, also while I was at Hobby Lobby, I picked out, I'm not sure exactly what it's called. These are like the photo frame holders. And this one is nice because it has like a little bit of a kickstand. But this is perfect to hold my piece just like this, so I can set it, you know, on a table just like that. Or I'm sure I could, you know, attach this right directly to the wall if I wanted. So there it is. Overall, I'm extremely pleased with how that turned out, and I hope you like it too. So the next finish, but not fully finished, unfortunately, was my little owl series. I was able to finish all 16 of them, but I accidentally ended up with 17 because I stitched one twice. But I was planning on having all of these fully finished into pillows by today, but it didn't end up happening, unfortunately. I was kind of stressing out about it, but I decided it's better to wait until next video to complete them so that I'm not rushing and I don't screw them up. I know that I worked really hard on these, and I want to give them the time that they deserve so that they look as good as possible. But also, I wasn't able to find a wired tree yet when I was snooping around at Hobby Lobby. So I actually don't have anything to display them on just yet. So hopefully I will be able to pick something up so that these can be hung and displayed all year round. But I will give you a closer look at each one. Here's the first two. So this was started at the beginning of 2022, and these were just finished yesterday, March 11th. The chart is Noosa Creations on Etsy, and this was stitched with all the recommended DMC flosses. Oops. There's another one. I think this one is my favorite. Let's see, and these were stitched on 18 count Rustico Aida. And I found this Aida at Hobby Lobby. And then the last one. So there we go. I am so pleased to be done with these, and I'm so excited to get them fully finished. Fingers crossed by next video. Let's move on to new starts. So I have two new starts to show you. The first one is the Raccoon by Cottage Garden Samplings, and I knew this was going to be a new start for sure since I had fully finished the fox. And I had started this on February 18th, and I have a little bit of progress on it. I'm just going to put a board behind it. Alright, and I worked a little bit on it. It's going surprisingly fast, and I am really enjoying it. But I am stitching this on 18 count verdigris by my Vintage Needle Arts, and am using most of the called for DMC colors. I did sub out the Charlotte's Pink for the variegated DMC Floss 48 for these really big bright pink flowers. And I'm super stoked to see how those bigger flowers turn out in the variegated DMC. But I'm sure you can guess I will be doing a similar finish for the Raccoon as I did with the fox. So overall, very happy with how it's turning out, and I will just continue to plug along on it. Let's put this one over there. And then the next start is a Luna Moth 2 from Happy Little Mouse on Etsy. I started this on March 4th, and I feel like I've gotten a pretty decent start on it. Let's see if I can show this. There we go. So this is the first time I've worked on such a dark fabric, and holy moly, it honestly is a lot more difficult to see the holes, the Aida holes. But after a while, my eyes definitely do get accustomed to it. I just need really good lighting. But the fabric is 18 count navy from Nikki Glenn's Needlework, and I am just loving how the colors pop on this navy. The DMCs, they almost glow on this navy, and I'm just loving it. It's a pretty small chart, so it should come out to be about 6 by 6, but it has a lot of color changes in it. I think it will be worth the extra work, but yeah, a lot of color changes for a 6 by 6 little chart. But I am using most of the called for DMCs, and there are 22 of them. You'll notice I already screwed up on some of the leaves. This was not supposed to be a light blue, but honestly, I can't be bothered to pull it out. It's it's just going to be a very interesting colored leaf, and I'm totally okay with that. But I'm just going to keep plugging along and hopefully making some progress, and I'm excited to see how it turns out. Alright, let's move on to my works in progress, or whips. So I worked just a little bit on this one. This is called 100 Owls from the Owl Forest Embroidery, and it is a free pattern that you can download from their website. And last time I only had the top 3 of these motifs, so I've been able to get a couple more owls down and some of the foliage as well. So I am loving how this is turning out, and I'm super eager to get basically back to working on this. But I started this back in August of 2021, and this is stitched on 18 count Moss Ada from my Vintage Needle Arts. And then here is a full view. I'm going to try and put this behind here so you can actually see. Here is a full view of the full thing. Loving how that's turning out. So again, I'll just continue to plug along in this, and then hopefully I'll get some good progress to show you for next time. Next, I wanted to show you my new chart release in my Etsy shop called Red Tail Raspberries. This is going to be a 6-part series that represents each of the types of raptors. So eagles, owls, hawks, falcons, ospreys, and kites. And I wanted to pair each raptor with a fruit that starts with the same letter, hence the red tail raspberries. And I just want to clarify, raptors do not eat fruit, not in the slightest, but I thought it would be pretty cute. But this uses 17 DMC colors and is available as a printable PDF copy. And you'll notice there are a couple little hidden animals in there, a western fox snake, a northern leopard frog, and a rabbit. These are all critters that a red tail will eat because red tails are not picky at all when it comes to food. But they'll also eat mice and squirrels and basically whatever small creature that they can catch. But I really enjoyed creating the little quilt squares. That was really fun, and I think they turned out super cute. This design is a 130 by 180 stitches, and I plan to keep the other 5 designs around the same size so that if you want to frame them together, you would be able to do so. So which raptor should I do next? Should I do an eagle? Should I do an owl? What do you think? Let me know what you think down below. And if you're interested in purchasing the design, you can find my Etsy shop link down below, also called Mudpuppy Stitchery, and I really, really appreciate your support. I wanted to share some freebies which I've come across, and I'm excited to add to my pattern stash. These are both from Silver Creek Samplers, and I absolutely love their designs, and I really need to buy more of their patterns. But the first one is called Can Do Attitude, and the design is 36 by 68, so really quite small. I love that one, and you could do it in any color pattern that you'd like, which is really nice. The other one is Do Everything in Love, which would have been perfect for Valentine's Day, but honestly is relevant for all year long. This one is 58 by 58. But I am very tempted to start these because they are so small, but we shall see. Again, we shall see. So I will have these linked down below in the description box so you can download and print them for yourself. So I don't have very many acquisitions for this video, unfortunately, but boy, there are a lot of things I am thinking of buying. While I was at Hobby Lobby, I did pick up some needle minders. And these are actually the first needle minders that I have ever bought and ever used, and I love them. This is so convenient, and I have no idea why it took me, this long to buy some needle minders. But these are awesome, and just got them at Hobby Lobby, so love them. I did want to mention some charts that I am very interested in purchasing soon. The first one would be Bedelia Bunny by the Artsy Housewife, and this is so darn cute. My boyfriend has a black and brown rabbit named Esme, and so I would definitely convert the colors to make it look like Esme. I think that would be absolutely adorable. I am also in the market to buy Prairie Birds by the Prairie Schooler. Absolutely love this one. I've always loved this one. And as a bird nerd, this chart is an absolute must. And because it's a Prairie Schooler, you know, you have to buy all the Prairie Schoolers, right? Prairie Schooler is just fantastic. Just love them. And then another one that I really, really love is Among the Roses by Mojo Stitches. Excuse me. It is so beautiful. And Kim, the Contented Needleworker, she just finished this relatively recently, and it is stunning. I just love that one. Speaking of Silver Creek samplers, I have always loved Lighting the Way. It is so beautifully designed, and it is such an encouraging piece, and I am hoping to have this in my stash very, very soon. And then last but not least, I would love to buy A Quaker's Welcome by Lila's Studio. Excuse me. This one has always attracted me, and if I, ever get married someday, I think this would definitely be my wedding sampler. I've never done a Quaker before, so I think this would be a beautiful one to have in my collection. Alright, moving on to giveaways. So last video I had said that I was going to give away a PDF copy of my Australian sampler chart, and that was won by Julie in Stitches. So congratulations, Julie! Julie, if you could please shoot me an email, which will be listed down below in the description box, I can forward you your PDF chart. So Julie, please shoot me an email. The next chart I would like to give away would be my Puppy Love PDF chart. And this is a rendition of my logo, which was designed by my sister, and it is, of course, a Mudpuppy. So with this chart, feel free to completely change the wording or remove the bottom portion completely. I encourage everyone to make cross-stitch charts their own and to personalize them however you would like. If you are interested in this chart, please type the word puppy in your comment down below. Please also be 18 or older. Please be a subscriber, and please like the video. So good luck. Last but not least, I would like to shout out some awesome Flosstubers that you should definitely check out. So the first would be Heidi, and her channel name is Stitching Faye. I'm actually a very recent subscriber of hers, and to quote Lisa Smith from Kindred Stitcher, she is a prolific stitcher. Just the amount of projects that she works on is incredible and extremely inspiring, so please go check her out. And then my second recommendation for this week would be Kim from the Contented Needleworker Kim. I have been subscribed to her for years and have just loved her channel. She stitches so many beautiful things, and just like Heidi, she is also a prolific stitcher. I am always extremely impressed with what she shows, and she's also extremely inspiring. So please go check both of those lovely ladies out. Alright, Stitchy friends, that is all that I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, please like the video, please comment down below. Check out my Etsy page, which will also be linked down below. And please follow me at Mudpuppy Stitchery on Instagram to keep an eye on what I'm doing in between videos. So I appreciate you so very much, and I hope to see you in about 3 weeks' time. So take care. Do some bird watching and stitch all the things. Bye-bye.